Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to your Rangers News Bulletin this Thursday, the 31st of July. I hope you're all well, whatever you are up to. Certainly a brighter day today, given the events of last night over in Athens. Rangers progressing to the third qualifying round of the Champions League after a hard-fought 1-1 draw with Panathinaikos, thanks to Jedi Gassima's strike, well-taken goal it was to cancel out the Panathinaikos opener. Rangers winning 3-1 on aggregate, and they will now face Victoria Pilsen in the next round after they got past Servette last night. A bonkers game over in Switzerland. Servette took a 1-0 lead into that second leg, and they scored early, the Swiss side, after just 4 minutes, but 2 goals in 3 first-half minutes from Pilsen levelled the tie, and then both teams were reduced to 10 in the second half. Pilsen awarded a penalty late on in that game, which they converted to win the match on the night by 3-1 and progress by 3-2 on aggregate. So Rangers facing the Czech side, and the dates are as follows. Rangers will take on Pilsen at Ibrox in the first leg this coming Tuesday, a 7:45 p.m. kickoff. The second leg is a week on Tuesday over in Pilsen. That will be a 6 p.m. kickoff UK time. So yes, and many of you that are season ticket holders have already been sent emails about money coming out of your account for that match at Ibrox. So how do we feel about that qualifier, folks? I said it on the show this morning. Don't know an awful lot about Victoria Pilsen, I've got to say. So it is stepping into the unknown somewhat, but last night was huge for Rangers to get past that hurdle and guarantee at least the Europa League group stage football until the end of January. So yeah, it was huge that Rangers negotiated past that. What was it? A sticky opponent. They certainly had an awful lot of opportunities in that first half in Athens. It was scary stuff at times, but credit to the team for coming through that test. And first leg at Ibrox, of course, as it was in the previous round. I think similarly, it's important that Rangers take some sort of advantage over to the Czech Republic. Interestingly, their ground, Victoria Pilsen, holds less than 12,000, so it's quite an intimate little venue over there. Not exactly Ibrox, that's for sure, but down the years, Rangers have often found Czech sides hard to overcome, and I'd imagine Victoria Pilsen will be a real tough and stern test for this Rangers team that they're in the very early stages of the Russell Martin era, that's for sure. Speaking after the game, John Souttar spoke to the BBC about the results and the importance of getting through. He says this is massive, especially at this stage of the season. It's only a second 90 minutes for a lot of the boys this season. It was a big test for us. You've seen in previous years how difficult these tests can be so early in the season, but we've come through it, and it's important we follow it up at the weekend. It was absolutely boiling out there. It was really hot and it was difficult. I thought we weathered the storm in the first half. I'm proud of all the boys. It's a new team and it's a big win for us. This is how you build a team coming through these moments. We could have been better on the ball, but Jack was excellent again. It was a massive goal. JD came off at the bench and gave us a reaction. He maybe felt he was unlucky not to start, but he came up with a massive moment for us again. He certainly did a fantastic, well-taken goal. What an impact from him, as was the case last week at Ibrox when he came off the bench and produced a wonder goal. I'm very excited about seeing more of Jedi Gassima, and I certainly wanted to see him start the game last night. I think it is a must. He has to start the game at Fir Park on Saturday. Surely he'll be itching to start, I'd imagine, as well. Russell Martin, incidentally, was asked by Chris last night how big a decision was it not to start Gassima, and what you can say about the impact for the second week running. Says it was a tough call to leave anyone out of the team, especially when someone had such an impact from the bench, but we went for consistency. Players that play together more. Gas is still catching up for sure, and he had such a big moment and impact last week. It took the stuffing out of him. It made him tired, which it would have because it was so much adrenaline that he had such a brilliant start. Then got some more minutes on Saturday where he wasn't as impactful as he wanted to be. And then tonight he scored a brilliant goal with a brilliant finish. He knows what we think of him. He also knows he has to be patient, and he's more ready to start now than he was It has been before tonight, so I'm pleased for him. So that is what Russell Martin had to say on JD Gassama. Moving on from that, and some transfer news. Well, transfer news as we know about, Oliver Antman, Rangers closing in on him, as likewise Mikey Moore as well, the two wingers that Rangers are very keen on. And interestingly, Oliver Antman has given an interview to a publication over in the Netherlands, and he's admitted he's willing to take on his next challenge amid interest from the Ibrox club. Speaking to Voteball International, he says, last season was so good for me that the next step would be logical. If something good comes along, I'm willing to take on that challenge. I do think this is the moment to take a step forward, just like Paul Simonis and Enric Lansana did. The club wouldn't have expected me to be worth 4 times what they paid for me a year ago either. I want to play in a top league one day and compete in the Champions League. A club in a top 5 league would be fantastic, but there are also great clubs in other countries. So there you go. That is Oliver Antman speaking about his future. Sheffield United, also a team that have been credited with an interest in him, but it's thought that Rangers are leading the chase for his signature. So it would be interesting to see if Rangers bring in both Moore and Antman, how that forward line would shape up. Still think they need a central player, a striker in there. The future remains unclear on the Hamza Egaman. Cyril Dessers, I think, as Johnny mentioned on the show this morning, I would be inclined to start him at Motherwell on Saturday. Don't think we've seen enough from Danilo to suggest that he is the man to lead the line going forward. Though it's still very early days, of course, in this season. But Dessers for me would get the nod over Danilo for Saturday at least. Right, folks, that will do us there. A big thank you to you all for tuning into the shows. As ever, it's very much appreciated. Joshua and Adam are recording a tactics show, so keep your eyes peeled for that. If you love your XG and the likes, that will be coming your way at some point in the near future. We'll have you covered tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday, of course, on Saturday from Fir Park, as well as Rangers kick off their league campaign as well. So, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure you are following the social media accounts as well to keep up to date with everything that is going on. Right, if we don't speak to you later, enjoy your Thursday and we'll chat again soon. Bye for now.